Having Foreign Minister Wang Yi here is, I think, a really important milestone for the relationship. It's a great sign that the relationship is in very, very good. I think New Zealand and China have enjoyed great relations over many, many decades, but like all relationships, they require work and they require goodwill and understanding on both sides.
And during the visit, Wang Yi has called for joint efforts to upgrade the China-New Zealand free trade agreement, hold talks on reducing barriers to investment, especially in the service sector, amongst others. So, in what areas do you think the two parties can work together to boost their economic growth?
This is probably one of the most comprehensive free trade agreements. So again, under my government, we negotiated a free trade agreement with all parts of One China. New Zealand has long been a tremendous supplier of very high quality food and agricultural products to China, and they've been extremely popular. So, for instance, infant baby formula has been welcomed and endorsed by Chinese mothers for a very long time, and it's been a $5 billion market. I mean, something like kiwi fruit, it's the most significant counterpart for our national grower zestberry.
How do you perceive the balance between the economic benefits and broader geopolitical considerations in shaping New Zealand's approach to its relationship with China?
Well, the huge advantage of free trade and having that in common is it gives you a platform to talk about all parts of the relationship. Some areas we agree, some we may have areas where we may well disagree, but that's not unique to New Zealand-China relations. I mean, New Zealand, for instance, was the first country that recognised China as a free trade market and supported its ascension to the WTO. So I think, much is made of areas where maybe we have discussion or we don't always agree. That's true, but actually a healthy relationship is one where you can discuss those on both sides.
And New Zealand is part of the Five Eyes Intelligence Sharing Alliance. And do you think New Zealand, at least the current government, is moving closer to the so-called second pillar of AUKUS?
Look, I'm not convinced that they do. That is an area of debate and discussion, but I think New Zealand's enjoyed being part of the Five Eyes and should continue to be because, as a very small country, we're a significant beneficiary from the intelligence that we gather in that area. You can't expect, and no one would really expect us to have the capacity to do all those things on our own. And that's true in the relationship with China, where they're important to us. And as I said, where actually real positive change occurs when you have honest but dialogue that takes place in a normalised way where it's not fractious.